All right, let's make a formal introduction for our listeners. Good morning, CV. My name is Claude. I'm calling you from Washington, D.C. From the studios in Fairfax City. We're very humble and grateful that CV Preisner accepted our invitation to our show. CV, welcome to the show, man.
Welcome, welcome. Thank you very much for the invitation.
Oh, no problem. CV, in the last 2 years, as you know, right, we've been living with COVID and in a crazy world. If you're a touring musician, you cannot tour. Many careers of many musicians stop because they needed the income to tour and they're not touring and so forth. You, in a sense, are different because you do a lot of studio work, a lot of soundtrack work, so it's affected, but not much. How you holding up? How you manage during the pandemic, man?
Listen, before the vaccines, I have COVID. I passed COVID.
Yeah.
Very heavy, I have problem with my ear now, I was I have operation after with a seams here. Then, I spent at home in Poland finally because it was impossible to move from Poland because everything was closed, almost 2 years. And I tell you something, for me, it was fantastic 2 years.
Yeah.
I stopped, my career, I stay at home, I enjoy, okay. Let's say enjoy my life, in the country with my dog and with my cat, my family. And during this time, because I recorded this album, Not Too Late with Eliza, that was in 2016, the principal, the main recording, her voice, with my improvisation. Then, I spent time in my studio. Fortunately, I have studio, in my home, very good studio, analog, of course. NIF console disc, and all these lexicons 224 for other 80. I'm really, the fan of analog, not for, the digital, recorder. Then there was the good time for me. It was very effective, and I finished this album. Also during the COVID virus time, I recorded music for a Greek movie, Man of God.
Yep.
Everything was delayed, everything was postponed, nothing works, Normally, we spoke with him, I talk with him director face to face, I visit him in the editing room, or he's visiting me in my studio in Poland. And this time was impossible, it was only a conversation like between us here,
Yep.
And, I tell you something, this is the positive phase and the negative, because the positive is that it's very easy, I don't need to go to New York or to Washington, to talk to you. But at the same time, there's something, this is not human for me, for I like very much if I am, face to face with the journalist or the film director or my musicians,
Sure.
and we can. But this is the life, we are living now in new world, completely new world.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, but I'm happy that you were productive during the time. For me, the pandemic was in a way great, quote unquote, because a lot of people died here. But because I opened the radios, I opened one, I sent the link to a friend, they like it. Then I thought, well, all the musicians they're notorious, must be at home. So I opened the YouTube channel, and now I have it to be over 200 people. So I'm very happy. So yeah.
This is something different between me and tour musicians, because okay, I made the concert, but not a lot. I'm composer. I compose music for film or for my own project. That for me, the silence was really good.
Absolutely.
Of course, after I took the doses, and I'm good now, I think.
Yeah. Sigi, let's go to the beginning of your life. Were you born like in a musical family? I mean, how old were you when you perhaps began taking like piano lesson or guitar lesson or something like that?
Yeah, listen, my life is really difficult, and at the same time is really, let's say, fascinated, because I was born in Bielsko-Biała. This is the small town in the Silesia area in Poland. I was in the main school, but there was the time, there was years, beginning years 16. There was not the music school, in this area. But unfortunately, in '68, my family made the decision, to move from Bielsko to a very small village in south of Poland. You know, there was no music school. They have no chance to go to the music school. I just finished, you know, the high school. Then I go to study the history of art and philosophy. But you know, from beginning, in my family, music was very often. You know, the music was like part of my life. My father, you know, was a good singer, amateur singer completely, but very good singer. You know, I remember every weekend, our neighbors or our friends, our family came home. You know, we sing the songs. That the music was with me from very beginning of my life. But when I was in the high school, I of course I have the rock group. I play guitar and
Right. Yeah.
then but when I start to study, I was thinking myself, maybe this I will be not musicians because I have no education, nothing. I have no idea about the notes. Okay, I took this few lessons for guitar playing. But when I came to Krakow, to the study, and I was listening to the music, there was the very popular Polish singer, Ewa Domarczyk. She's like Edith Piaf in France, very famous. And I was listening, and I was thinking, almost the same composition I composed when I was in the high school. And I make the decision, okay, I want to be composer. And I spent 2 years, only 2 years, to learn everything. I'm a professional composer now. I compose for the orchestra, for choir, for everything. And this is like start my career. And I tell you, maybe there was no better way. Of course, if I would be in music school, I would play better piano, or something. But at the same time, I don't trust, I don't believe there is any school, any high school who can teach the composer. The composer is something very individual, If you are young, if you go to high school and you have the prof of composition who are, famous composer or something, you always are on depression, these composers, If you are free, if your head, is completely clean, then this is the time. Of course, if you have talent and if you know how to do this, how to compose music, that this is good time, to propose something new and a new language. You have no obligation to follow somebody. You are fresh, And I think, that my career and my language, my musical language is original. I know is very characteristic, my language, my musical language. Maybe because I have no, and I have not any fear, I was open, I just follow my taste, I just follow my imagination. That's it.
And then when you told your family, your parents, I want to follow music. I don't want to go the real finish the school or get a job, a regular job. They're important. They were supportive. They say go for it with the music.
Of course, my mother say, just go. You must help us in the country, be in the countryside, because in our farm, because the music, you can play music later. First the work, first the job, and always say how you will live with the music. You need you'll be an employer. You need the retired money. But I never imagined, that I would be. Yeah. I would spend my life 8 hours every day in the same job. I would suicide, myself. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, but looking back now, whatever 40, 50 years later, you are one of the Poland leading film music composer and considered to be one of the most outstanding of your generation. I mean, there are so many Polish film composer and Polish movie director, and you grew up in the right environment, the excellent environment for you to, grow up and learn. Although you didn't have like a formal education, you did pretty much like you say everything on your own, and you're not the best composer, the best piano player or keyboard player, but you make music work for you, and you have your own unique taste and the work that you have done. And it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. You look back one day in your life and you say, man, if you have listened to your mom when she say, no, don't do the music, get a real job, go to.
Now my mother, she's still alive. She's 94 years old. She's 94 years old. And now, you know, she's so, you know, proud, you know, that I'm composer.
course.
Now, because I help her, of course, she spent the holiday every year. Even now, she was in Turkey for the holiday, 94 years old, imagine. Now she okay. Zbigniew, Zibi, no, she's very proud, you know. Always, she's a mother of Preisner, you know.
Your
But
son, right? Absolutely.
this
Let me,
is
yeah,
life.
of course. Let me bring you to 2013, and when you released the album Diaries of Hope, we began your a close collaboration with Lisa Gerrard, and you end up performing in London and Shanghai. And feel free to tell the audience the story of the album, what this album is about, how long did it take to
The
put it
album,
together?
Diaries of Hope, yeah.
Yeah, Diaries of Hope. Yeah,
Listen, there was in 1995, I think. We was with Krzysztof Kieslowski in Jerusalem for Jerusalem Film Festival. And there was the director of this festival. He asked me to play concert for the opening the festival. There was the time. There was really very safe in Israel. There was the first time when Arafat came. You know, there was looks like really very safe country. And the concert was in the open theater between old and new Jerusalem. You know. And we have invitation with Krzysztof to Mr. Szewak Weiss, who is the president of Knesset. Szewak Weiss is Polish Jew. He speaks Polish perfect. You know, he is now the prof in also university also. And he told us, you know, you must visit Yad Vashem. And we was in Yad Vashem in this child exhibition. You know, you go to the very dark, you know, the room. You know, you follow the line, and it's completely dark. It's like 1,000 candles, you know, who is lighting. And on the tape, you know, there was on the name the victims, you know, in the Auschwitz or in the world, like, you know, Tomasz something, you know, 5 years old, killed in Auschwitz. And that was unbelievable, you know. This tour was like about 20 minutes, I think. And when you go out, you are in the Olives Garden with fantastic view to Jerusalem. And Krzysztof take my hand and told me, listen, you must do something with this. You must explain. You must compose something for this victims, for this child. And you know, and then you know, okay, then you know, always was in my mind, but I have no idea how to do. And one day, you know, I tried to find in Poland any diaries of young people who was murdered, you know, in Auschwitz. And I found that, you know, the four Abraham, what's his name? Abraham, I forgot, you know, he's in the album, the young boy. And when I found this, I tell myself, okay, now I know what I will do. Then I composed this music. Of course, I was looking for, you know, somebody who will sing in the language, but not in the really in the language. Then, of course, because I know earlier, you know, Eliza Gerrard, and I asked Eliza to be with me, you know, to sing with me. And that, you know, how we do this album. Even Eliza was not in my studio. I record music in my studio. Then Eliza, she made the recording in her studio in Australia.
correct.
Then, you know, we go to her studio to London and we're mixing everything together. There's, you know, how the music was born. And you know, of course, yeah, we played the concert. Oh, that was unbelievable. We was twice with Lisa in Shanghai. First time we play, twice we played the Diaries of Hope. And you know, the public reaction was unbelievable. Unbelievable, you know, even in China, was far away from Europe, you know, the people doesn't know what is the Oscar ceremony, what is the Second World War, probably has not known any information. Yeah, and that was fantastic. Then in London and in Greece and somewhere in Poland, you know.
The album is unbelievable, and I, you know, I know you have worked a lot with Lisa, and she sings in a very interesting way. in many cases, as she is creating her own language, her own local, their own,
This is,
vocabulary when she sing.
yeah, everybody asks me, what kind of language she's singing. I
Yeah,
tell you, this is her own language.
that's right. That's right. Yeah.
What's important if you work with her? Important is the title of the song. If you have title of the song, hear me out, that you doesn't need any language.
That's right.
You
Yeah.
can create in your head, listen to this music, language, and words what you would like to listen.
Yeah. No, it's unbelievable. I mean, the album that you work with her and the stuff with that Dance that she does with Perry, there's unbelievable. She's very unique in what she does, but it's unbelievable. And in the other, like, also about the Diaries of Hope, is the long track is called Lament, which is, I think, is 15-minute long, but you guys did a version for the radio, I think, for what, 5 minutes long. I was listening to, as I was preparing for the interview, most of your album yesterday and the night before. It's unbelievable. It's very emotional track. I put my headphone, I drink a coffee, water, whatever, and music take me places. I don't play any instrument. I don't know how to read music, nothing. But as I told you before, I've been listening to music for many, many years. It's very that track is very, very emotional. It takes me places, man. I don't know what music means or where the music come from in my brain, but I get very emotional with this stuff,
Yeah, I try to compose music for me and for few of my friends. If I would like my music, a few of my friends will like my music, means maybe the music is important. If not, but if not, yeah, I just want to compose for me, for me, and of course, I know the story. I know what I want to tell, what I want to say for the people.
Yeah. Feel free to elaborate in the album. It's not too late, and I'm very grateful that you sent me an advance copy of that. And I think the album was made by Change. A few years ago, yourself and Lisa were in a small synagogue, and I think it's 100 kilometers from Krakow. And she entered that, and I think you mentioned that to her. The synagogue have a great acoustic. You say, let's try to do something together. Feel free to elaborate on how it happened and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because I am very close friend with Lisa. When she's in Europe to tour and she has, let's say, 1 week break or 2 weeks break, she always came to Poland to my home, and we spend time. And I would like to show her, the area when I'm living. And there was this small town Boboła. This is on south of Poland, about 100 kilometers from Krakow. Before the Second World War, the 85% of population, there was Jewish population. After Second World War, there was no one who stayed. Everybody dead. Everybody killed, Germans, in Auschwitz or somewhere. And we was there, and she tried, was fantastic acoustic. She tried to sing something, and it was unbelievable, how the voice, was, how the sound, was in this place. We back home, and I take Lisa, listen. I told Lisa, listen, I have idea. I will compose, let's say, 7. The beginning was thinking about 7 prayers, from Boboła. I will compose something. I will organize a recording session in this synagogue, but we will have never any rehearsals. I will play. I will show you when is to start to sing and follow, my music. And there was, the music, the voice, who is in the album, is not too late. Is recorded during 45 minutes. There's only one part, nothing else.
No rehearsal before. This nothing. Just listen to my music and go.
I was in the studio, I played tan ta tin tan ta ta ta, and she started. That's it. That was in 2016. Then during coronavirus, I back to this, to this recording, and I know that sometimes, is contradiction between the harmony and Lisa. She goes to some sort of the different area of the harmony. I was just keeping my harmony. Then I made the decision. Okay, now in the studio, I will follow Lisa. The voice we have have the let's say the major chords we have already, but I will follow you.
Yeah.
And I recompose and re-record everything, you know,
Yeah.
except her voice. The voices, this is the 45 minutes work.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You think about it. No rehearsal, and then you put a music, she sing, and then you went back to studio and you did the opposite. All right,
Yes.
forget the music composed. Let's start with her singing and put the music all over again, and then it's unbelievable. And I saw a very powerful. I think, I don't know if you have done all the videos, but I think I saw the video on YouTube last night, and it is very, very powerful. I mean, for me, as I told you at the beginning, see, the image is very important. I mean, I can listen to, there's so many soundtrack that I know the music, and I never seen the film, and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I can enjoy music by listening to a film score for yours, right? Without ever seeing the music, right? Ever seeing the film. And yesterday when I listened to that particular track on YouTube, the images are unbelievable. It's so beautiful, man. I appreciate a lot more, you know.
Thank you something, because there was my feeling, I feel that something's coming to us very bad,
Yeah.
very bad. And in this synagogue, I asked my production to buy thousands of candles, put the candles,
Yeah.
on the floor. I forgot the candles make the smell, and after 45 minutes, the synagogue was full of full of the smell from the candles.
That's right. Yeah.
And look, and after it was 2016, and now when we made the album, it's not too late. And also during this recording, this recording and filming, I asked Jacek Petrycki. He is the DP man from Kieslowski. He's old man, he made together with Kieslowski all the documentary movies, and our first movie with Krzysztof No End. He was the filmmaker, the DP man. And he took the camera. It was on the one shot. The 45 minutes, everything is during 45 minutes. And we have 45 minutes recording with Liza. With Liza, music and picture. And now, always I'd like to work, with the young people. It's the very young boy, in Poland, boy, because he's 19 years old. Now he will start to study film directing, in Poznan. Anthony Olf. And you know what? And I asked him, because years before, he contacted me, he would like to make something with me, but he was 15. I tell him, listen, you are too young, you are older, you can back. Then when I do this project, it reminds me, about the Antek. And I call him, Antek, do you have an idea? Come here, we talk, I will give you all the materials. And he made the picture, the script. And I think, because he is young, he has the different point of view. He's something new. I like very much to discover the new people. To just to work with somebody who is not my age, who is younger, maybe has the better communication with young people. Because finally, okay, the old people, I don't need it, to convince, what kind of music I compose. But for the young people, now, how to say, Spotify and something, it's difficult, to sometimes, to have the contact. Right? The young people, I hope I will have the contact. And that's it, how you're working. Next week will be next clip from the last song we call the last song. The title is Intro the Light.
Yep.
I will do the last movie, the next video.
Yeah, I listened to all the track again last night. It's, I think it's unbelievable. The album is coming up, I think October 14 next week, and it's for, not everybody will have access to the album, but it's beautiful.
If you send your address, I will send you a physical copy, because album already is in Poland.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would be great. And what we live in a crazy world nowadays, with Putin and destroying the world and so on and so forth. That album is coming to, at the correct time, the perfect time, because I think I read somewhere that you describe your music with Lisa like a music is our weapon. It does not kill, but it resurrects and brings hope to life. It's a very way to put it, you know. So,
You know what? I think the very important words now is the values. Values, you know. This word, you know, the values is not as clear as a day, not for everybody. I think, you know, that we are living now in the world who is strange, you know. It's very strange. I think that even we must this word to rewrite it. It's something new. Everything is changed. You know, I think that we have now the years of intellectual drought. You know, this is what I would like only, you know, to tell that we need something and a purification is good words.
yeah, yeah.
Purification. You know, we need something who is the revaluation also of the world. You know, and I think that this is the small stones to this garden. Our album, you know, is important for me. It's important for my friends, and you know, I'm working with almost the same people, like the sound engineer in my studio, a few of them. And I know how, I remember the reaction when we finished recording this album and mixing this album in my studio. Everybody told me, you must release this album now. Now, even I was thinking, you know, release this album on the spring this year, but after, you know, the 24th of February war, you know, the war Putin against, you know, the Ukrainian, I stopped everything. I was thinking this is not a good time to promote your art, to promote your work. At the same time, with the people in Ukraine suffering, you know, the people kill the people, you know, if the Russia army, you know, kill, you know, everybody rape the women, you know, kill the child, you know. I'm old man. I remember, you know, you know, from the movie and from the history, Second World War. I think that for the Putin, this time now, is nothing changed for him. You know, it's not 21st century. You feel that he is, you know, in the middle of years of 20th century, you know, bombing everything, you know, don't care, you know, about the victims, the civil victims. This is terrible. And I think, you know, that this album, you know, with this album, I would like to tell something for the especially for the young people, not for the old, not for the politicals, but for the young people. It's not too late. You must try to create in this world a new way. You must take care about the world. You must take care about your future, because if not, you know, if not, you know, it would be difficult for the, you know, for your life in the future, because I have no idea what's happened tomorrow. We have no idea. Today, listen, the bridge in the Crimea,
Yeah.
you know, imagine maybe it's to was the movie one bridge too far, you know.
Yeah.
Listen, really, we are in very difficult time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think we should put in your music, Lisa Gerrard music, that content music, for him to listen and see how beautiful the world is. To be you know, through music, you know.
Yeah, this is my compassion also, you know, to the Ukraine, to the world finally, because you know what's happened.
Yeah.
It's not only problem. Okay, this is the main problem now, the war in Ukraine. But you know, if you see the arts, if you see the artists, if you see what's happened with the arts, with the music, with the literature, you know, with everything is poor, you know. Everything is completely poor. This is something, you know, I don't know, it's no values, it's, you know, because it's easy access for everything, that everybody would like to is thinking, okay, I am doing this, I compose this, I write this, I will make the movie like this, because, you know, it's 1,000 possibility to promote, you know, in the social media, but there's no values. There's nothing, you know. You remember our you know, young direct generation, you know, when he was young, was how fantastic group was in the world, like Pink Floyd, You know,
Of course.
the thousands of hundreds. How fantastic movie was made in America. Godfather, Apocalypse Now.
That's
You
right.
know, how many good movie was made in Russia? Or the movie for Tarkovsky, for example.
That's right. Yeah.
One of the best film director. And look what's happened now. Now we have Netflix for the films, you know, or I don't know what, different company. We have the Spotify, you know, okay, easy access for the audience. But for us, like the artists, this is hell. We feel that we are a slave. You know,
that's right. You make 0.00006 cents, and the owner make the rest. You know, so
1 million for 1 million click, you have 1,400, like the master rights. You know, okay. The second is for the copyrights if you compose everything. You know, and look at the same time. It was make me, I was furious when I saw this. The Spotify support Barcelona for 3 years, and he paid 350 million euro. Then the Barcelona is with Spotify, you know, the logo.
On the logo, yeah.
Well, listen, okay, he put the money, invest money to promote his company, but from the beginning, you know, when the Spotify started, our value, our you know, the rights, you know, is no higher. It's nothing. You
That's
know?
right.
Nothing. What the Spotify has, what he produce, nothing. We are like the slave. Imagine one day if they really, I hope this happen, you know, if the people, you know, if this his politics, financial politics would be the same. Maybe one day all the artists will say, we take off our music.
Or Spotify, yeah.
We see what's happened after 1 week.
There would not be, Spotify wouldn't exist without the music, right? So
listen, his value of the stock market is about 70-something billion euro, but he never split this money in the honest way, you know.
Correct.
Never.
Yeah.
At the same time, you know what? All this the digital media, the platforms, he cut completely CD market. CD market doesn't exist. Even I don't know how it's in America, but in Europe, if you buy a new car, there's no CD player, but it's Spotify.
That's right.
You know, and you know the years, you know, when I beginning my career, when I composed music for Double Life of Veronique or Three Colors or Record for My Friend, I sold out, you know, millions of copies. And that was good for us, good for me, because if I have any project, I can invest my own money, because if I trust my project, I was sure, okay, maybe it will be now the huge success, and maybe I will see the money back. Today, if I must invest even 10,000 euro, I invest just for my pleasure, you know, because I know they will never ever see the money back.
Yeah, so you do it because you like it, not because there's money there. You will never get paid to even record that investment. Never mind making any money. Just record that investment. You spend whatever, 15,000 to do a new album, and you do it for free pretty much because you like it.
Yeah, because this is exactly. As a second hand, you know, what you can tell for the young people for to start the career, because now he's, you know, on money, you know, from the past, you know, if you are here and now, you know, how he will produce his album, you know. Okay, I have my studio, I have everything, but the young people has nothing, you know.
They don't have anything, right? Yeah.
People like rent the studio and, you know, and pay for everything and pay for the musicians. They finally, you know, there's no an economical reason. You know, the Spotify always in his story is, okay, he promote the artist because the artist become be famous, then he made the concert. But now during the coronavirus, there was no concert too. Nothing. You know, only who help us, you know, there's the organization, like rights organization, I am SASA member and ASCAP member, that the people help, you know, for any small project, because if not, there's no money.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That for the listener and the viewer in the interview, just get the album because it's not too late. It's a beautiful piece. I want to take you back to The Man of God, which is unbelievable album as well. And feel free to now elaborate. That was written by yourself and Lisa as well. And it's a soundtrack for 2021. So feel free to elaborate how that it came together, how long it took to do that album and the the soundtrack and so on and so forth.
Sorry, say again. I
The Man of God. That's feel free to elaborate on how that came together, and then.
Listen, there's the film director. She's the young lady from. Finally, she was born in Serbia, but she lives now here in Greece. She made the movie about San Nectarius. San Nectarius, this is, this is the symbol of Greek religions beginning this 20th century. He's very famous in Greece, and he is, he's like a god here, like our St. Paul II was, previous time. And when she proposed, composed me music for her movie, I saw the rushes in Athens. Also, the movie was a huge problem because it was during coronavirus. You must stop the shooting. Then they stopped the shooting. Then somebody was sick. No, listen, hell. And when I started compose music for this movie, I was sure that must be any part, with Greek musicians, with the guy who played Kanonaki and with the Byzantine choir, And fortunately, I met fantastic people in Athens, in the choir, and also the guy who played the Kanonaki. And we made a recording session between. The most recording session was in Poland with the orchestra in my studio, but also we ran the studio in Athens and we record the choir and the Kanonaki. And and that's it, the movie has huge success here in Greece and in Europe too. It's over 800,000 people, who buy the ticket.
Yeah.
And, and the good movie, I know, very good movie.
It's a very good movie. I noticed that Lisa contributed to 3 tracks there: the Misery, Premonition, and I think Lost. And in the soundtrack that was released, there's one track that is missing. I think it's Premonition. It's any way that can be put back or be released, or
which
the Premonition. Premonition. It's not. I don't think it's. I don't know. But you maybe not remember, but
I don't remember. I know only in the track is one more. There was one more who was not in the movie.
That's right.
San Nectarius, because in the movie they told me maybe it's too much. Also, if you touch the religious, this is the problem. Who is about who, then
Sure.
Then I put this track on my album and not was in the film. But I don't remember there was something miss. I tell you, one part, the last voice of Lisa in this track is the beginning of track here in the album is Not Too Late, is beginning, I think, number 8, Searching for a Lost Word.
Yeah.
Part of this music I use in this movie, Man of God.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that. I need to check it out. It's as I say, that album is it's a beautiful album, and the two of you with Lisa have a good rapport, a good energy together to keep on working together, because some artists do one album or one session and there's no chemistry. They don't want to see one another again. But with you and Lisa have been working together in many projects, many albums, so which is great.
Something if you enjoy your collaboration,
Yeah.
Kieslowski now, Eliza, you enjoy. You stay. Why not to change? Okay, if you will be, everything has a limit. How long we can make new albums. It is 4 together. And maybe it will be the last album. I have no idea what we'll do in the future. But this is the result that I have very good communication, very good relationship with Lisa, and very warm, and very open, and sometimes very, very happy, very tricky.
Good for you. I want to bring your attention to another great album. You are from 2021. That I think it was remastered. The Double Life of Veronique. It's a beautiful. I listened to the stuff last night again, and there are two tracks that it really they are very emotional. One's called Le Marionnette. I think which is the most streamed or all your composition in Spotify with like 4 or 5 million, and another one is I think track number 4. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Bundemeyer Concerto in Mineur version 1798. I think it's sung by Elżbieta Paninka. Her voice.
Yeah.
Oh, it's unbelievable, and it's unbelievable.
Yeah, thank you. You know, the music I composed for Double Life, the main themes, there was the Van den Budermeyer and Marionettes and something else. I composed and recorded before the shooting because Krzysztof need, for synchronization. And I remember when he saw me, when I got the script, and about the music, the main theme, what she's singing on the stage, the information was, Veronica, she's singing a beautiful song. And one day, there was no mobile phone. I met Krzysztof, and he asked me, what about this song? I mean, which song? You never, read, the script, very precise. Here, okay, Veronica is singing very beautiful song. Yes, but what about must be the song? I have no idea. Okay, tell me something. How long must be this song? I have no idea. What do you know, Krzysztof? That she must sing a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Then, I was thinking, it was like weeks. And one day, I was thinking, maybe why not to take something from the comedy, the comedy of the deer, what there was the part of the hell from Dante Alighieri.
That's right.
And I find something in a phrase, one, the sentence, and the second sentence was from Purgatory, I think, and I composed, and Krzysztof came, the Tomarinska, I know her already from my cabaret from Krakow, and she started singing, and Krzysztof, yeah, this is what we have. But our first collaboration with Tomarinska was for the movie Dekalog number 9.
Yeah.
It was the first time Van den Budermeyer, because who is Van den Budermeyer? That's my alter ego.
Yeah.
This my
go ahead.
Yeah, listen, there was like this, that Krzysztof wants to use for Dekalog song from Malle, German. But there was no good recording. If it was good recording, it was very expensive. There was, years 18, we have no money for this. And I told Krzysztof, listen, I will compose something, in a different style. And we see what's happened. If you like it, then we change the name of the composer. And we made the game, okay, Van den Budermeyer. Because, Krzysztof and me, we like very much the Netherlands. And we spend time, make film in the Netherlands, a documentary movie, City of Life. And Krzysztof told me, okay, then let's find any lyrics from Holland, but something very old one who will be no rights for this. And we funded something who called I don't remember the title in Holland, and the Water Nymphs, I think. And, and we compose, and Krzysztof told me, but we must put him the name. And for us, Van den Budermeyer is like, it's like a Netherlands name. Of course, on the end, we discovered that Van den Budermeyer, the name like this doesn't exist in the Holland, maybe somewhere in Belgium. Yeah. And that's it, And this in the movie number 9, Dekalog number 9, is the other part of the film. The guy, the husband is coming, and she is listening to music. He asks her, what is it? I show him Van den Budermeyer. And the answer is, okay, nice, very nice. That's it. Listen, after this, when the Dekalog was released, Krzysztof, he received many, the question from the encyclopedia. Who is Van den Budermeyer? We must know who you were Van den Budermeyer. We must know how you discovered Van den Budermeyer. On the end, the encyclopedia for Larousse.
Yeah,
We are very serious encyclopedia.
of course.
Know who is this Van den
Who is this guy?
Then in the Double Life of Veronique, we will give him Van den Budermeyer my day of when I was born, but 2 years earlier. There was the 1755, and Krzysztof asked me how long you would like to stay in life. I tell him, I think not more like 2004 I will be dead. Okay, we give him that 1804.
Yeah.
And give him the catalog and something. And after this, when the Veronique was released in the album in Paris, it was a huge success. The Polish journalist, normal, start, they made an article that I stole music from Van den Budermeyer, that this is not my music, this is Van den Budermeyer music, and I am in the court in France because the family of Van den Budermeyer made me, to process, to ask that I stole the music. Then in this time, okay, I say, okay, enough, the secret. I put my name to the SASM, and that's it. And Van den Budermeyer sometimes was coming with Kieslowski, with three colors, red, and his life, okay, this is, life like, like, let's say, political life.
Sure, no, I understand. It's as I said before, it's unbelievable. The other album you were that, in my opinion, is the best thing. You have done so many things, but Requiem for my friend is one of the most beautiful compositions that I ever heard. And I have, as I told you, before, I've been listening to music for 50 years, 4 hours a day. And I have a huge music collection, 8,000, 7,000, whatever. And Requiem for my friend is one of the top stuff that I have ever listened in my life, or I will ever listen in my life. It's unbelievable. And it was done in 98, so that will be, 24 years ago. How, feel free to elaborate how that stuff came together.
I'll tell you something. The first part, the Requiem,
yeah,
I composed during 3 days.
Really?
When Krzysztof Kieslowski passed away, I started compose music for his funeral. And this music, the first part, was playing during his funeral.
My God.
Like it was all the first part. Because second part, live. This is the part when we suppose that we make the concert with Kieslowski. But the first part I composed when I know that he passed away. I was thinking what I can do, and only what I want to do. I would like to tell him goodbye, my friend. Then I back, to because it was the funeral was in the church. I was thinking, okay, I will compose new Requiem. The new Requiem was, after 4 days, was let's say, okay, he was with Krzysztof in his funeral.
Yeah, it's it's unbelievable. Hopefully in my funeral, my wife can play the music in the background, or you can play. I don't know. It's oh, man, your music, without you knowing or not, have a very emotional impact on people. I don't know if people have told you that. It's like Lisa Gerrard voice. It's hard. I don't know how to describe it. It gets into under your skin, we'll say here in the United States,
Thank you very much. Yeah, I know this opinion. Look, what I can
You are a very humble, Sivi, you are a very humble person, but your music has a deep effect on people at a psychological level, if you know what I mean.
My idea is my idea. My credo is, that the music must be, how to say the Baudelaire, moment. The art must be something serious.
Yeah.
The artist, is born, because from sadness, for suffering. And I think that only for me, the music, who has, you know, the let's say higher level, you know, who was in different, is not very, maybe very easy, but is not stupid, who is smart. This is
Yeah.
my, always I try to compose something and tell something important for me. Important for me, because if it's something important for me, maybe will be important for somebody else. If I try to follow the taste of the audience, of the people, I will never make good music.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to follow your own instinct and follow your own way to do things. I want to bring your attention to a beautiful, you know, the trilogy, the three-color trilogy from 2003. And I never had the chance to interview or met Juliette Binoche.
The trilogy,
but I'm sorry?
the trilogy was 1993.
1993. Did I say to? Yeah, I make a mistake. It's unbelievable, man. The story is so beautiful.
No,
Do you prefer to have the script in front of you or before to you compose a musician, or after working with a particular director many times, you know what he's looking for?
I tell you something. Everything depends of your relation with film director. Of course, longer where you are in the project means you have the script, something you have chance to think about, you know.
Yeah.
I compose music very fast, really very fast, but I am always thinking about what I must compose, you know. And of course, with Krzysztof, after, from beginning, you know, I have the script, I have the first version, second, last version of the script, and many times I compose music before, then like you know, like normal. Of course, the most, if you director, he wants to come from me to me, and the movie is finished, almost finished or finished. Sometimes, you know, even he put in a temp music, which is the killer for composer. Temp music is a completely stupid idea, born in Hollywood, of course. But you know, I have many times now, many movies, even now when I compose music, my relation with film director is from the beginning to the end. You know, he sent me the script, we talk about the music. Then many times, sometimes I spend time on the location. I'm in cutting room, editing room. I like very much editing room, and you know, I spend with Krzysztof months. Then, of course, on the end, you know, we have the Pro Tools system, we have everything, you know. Remember that, then go to back to our past. When I compose music for film, like from Dekalog, from Short Film About Killing, Short Film About Love, there was no any video in Poland. There was nothing. I saw the film in Warsaw. I back to Krakow. I must remember what about the movie. I want to make the notes, you know, okay, minutes, this thing is 0.55 seconds or something like this. You must remember this movie, and you compose music with no picture. Today, you have everything in the Pro Tools, everything in the sync, in the synchronization. For really, if you have good relation with film director, it's almost impossible to make mistake. Almost impossible, because everything you will know before the recording session. It's not any secret. This is the second story of this, you know, of this problem. It's no secret, because even for me, when we make recording session in the previous time, there was the fantastic when I was listening to the orchestra. But everything was in my head, you know.
Yeah.
You know, there you have, you know, MIDI, something, you know, you can produce, you know, the music following your score. It was not like this, you know. But that was the secret. Now the secret is less secret, maybe more professional. But if you use this technology in the good way, they help you. If you use this technology in the bad way, sometimes there is nothing. Because I know how easy is compose music. You know, just touch, you know, the keyboards, you know, and you play yourself. You know?
Yeah. I have seen many movies where the soundtrack is terrible, and I have seen the other way around. A great soundtrack with a terrible movie, but in your case, the thing click. I mean, you great music, and you have a good rapport with a very good director, and people enjoy both, you know. So
yeah, you know, of course, you know, I have many years experience, and I know how to. I know, okay, this is maybe my system to compose music. For example, in my score, there's never the regular tempo. For me, sometimes it's 4/4, 3/4, 6/4, 7/4, 5/4, because I try to make, you know, in a conversation with the dialogue or with the picture. But I hate, you know, if the music is like this. If it's the cut here, the music is cut here. I compose music.
Yeah.
There is 3/4, 2/4, 5/4. You wait. Now it's 3/4. Now because I follow the editing, and the music is one musical phrase. It means, you know, it is very easy, but for the orchestra, this is the hell always with me. Always say, oh yeah, 6/4, 6/7, something. For conductor when you make recording for me. But this is the my way to compose music for film. This is my language, you know, because I know that compose music for film is not only that you will have, I don't know, the huge orchestra or something, you know, and you compose. For me, the first principle when I compose it for film is the conception. What about is the music? What about it? What you would like to take from this music? What you would like to ask you? What do you accept, you know, to receive from music? This is important for me, you know. No illustrative music. The people kiss, music kiss. The people kill, music kill. This is not for, you know, this is not, the music is one of the biggest power in the film.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
This is metaphysics. This is metaphysical something, you know.
Yeah.
But you know how to use this metaphysical music. And now for this contemporary film director, especially, you know, is working, you know, for the nephew, for somebody else. He never asked now the composer compose music because the people are afraid. He preferred buy this track from my music, Morricone music, you know, the people music, you know, buy the track, and you know, because. But this is way for no way. You know, we never produce. You know, we are the artists. We must leave something after us. You know, we must be sure that we talk about something important, and we talk in the unique language. You know, I like very much the movie, like, for example, Terrence Malick. He used my music, you know, from Diaries of Hope and Lacrimosa from Requiem, and from The Crown is using my music from Requiem. The Sorrentino, you know, one Kawaii from Dekalog, you know. Okay, nice for me, but this is not creation. This is nothing creative.
Yeah.
This is epigonism. Epigonism never stay in your memory.
Yeah. Another. Now I was thinking another Polish film composer. Well, he did a lot of music like you, and some soundtracks, some non-soundtracks that I really like, and died recently. Andrzej Korczynski.
Andrzej Korczynski.
Yeah. He died in April, I think. He is, and it was very, very good too. Yeah. I like his music, you know.
He's very old, and he has also chance, you know, to compose music for fantastic film director, for Wajda.
Like that, yeah, correct, yeah.
Yeah. I never met him, yeah, but
really,
never. You know, he's older than me, about 20 years. You know, you must remember that in Poland there was one good, you know, I would say unwriting agreement. If you know, there was something between us, you know. If you work with Kieslowski, I never ever want to compose with somebody else in Poland. Never, for example, for Wajda, never for Polański.
Yeah,
it was team de Kieslowski, was team de Polański, team de Wajda, team de Holland. Only one, except, you know, my collaboration with Agnieszka Holland, because Agnieszka was the close friend, Krisztof and me, and it was something like saying natural, you know. And it was good, you know, because there was competition. There was, you know, this, like, you know, you have the Barcelona and you have Real Madrid.
correct.
So the player from Barcelona, next week we play Real Madrid. There was the same competition in the art. It was good because there was a school, you know.
Yeah.
There was something original, you know. Maybe we have a chance to make mistake, but we trust, you know, we trust each other, you know, we trust, you know. There was very good, you know. There was the really competition.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. I mean, I really like his music. Another album of yours with Eliza is Melodies of My Youth for 2019. I think the
Yeah.
piano playing Dominique Bania is, that's another masterpiece, man. Some very, very good.
Thank you.
Feel
We
free
recorded.
to elaborate on that.
It was also, you know, by accident.
Really?
Yeah.
All your life it has been an accident, man.
Many. My life
Yeah.
is, you know, one big accident, you know. I tell
That's
you,
right. One bit.
Eliza was in, you know, in Poland, in my house. And yeah, okay. And we spent 1 week, you know, and it was terrible weather. There was springtime, and we, of course, we drank the wine, and we talked something. I said, Lisa, you know, it's boring, you know. Can we record an album? And she asked me, but how? Well, I will compose. And this album I composed, there was 3 days.
My God, man.
Yeah. And she take the notes. I made the demo for her. She was in Bulgaria with her choir, you know, for the concert. She was learning, this music, and she came here. Dominique Vania, she came at home, and we make everything in my home. 1 day.
Really?
Yeah, 1 day recording session.
My God, man. And I'm happy that Lisa always agrees. And when you tell her, hey, come to Poland, we'll do an album, we have this weekend, and she always say yes. So
I know, if she's done, listen, sometimes, you know, we make there was, if you have only pianist and Eliza, there is no expense. Especially I have studio at home.
that's right, yeah.
Engineer put 4 mics, that's it, you know. And we are doing this for ourselves, you know. If we be good, we really. If not, okay, just game, you know, just pleasure, you know, just like and you know the how to say the improvisation, like how to say in jazz people play the. In jazz, it was the good.
You improvise. You're right.
Improvise. But that, you know, the jam session.
That's right.
Just like jam session, you know. If it be good, if not, you just make.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. That's another masterpiece for me. The other album that I really like is a motion picture. It's Lost and Love. That particular soundtrack is unbelievable too.
In China.
In China, correct? Yeah, it's a beautiful story behind the movie as well.
And you know what's happened? How the story finished?
No, go ahead. I know about a mother that is looking for his son, and at the same time she met a kid that is looking for her mom, right?
Yeah, and imagine there was a few months ago. There was the actor, but this is true story.
Yeah.
The father who was looking for his son, he found it.
Really?
Found it. It was 6 months ago. There was the human story.
My God, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he found it. Read about this. He found that this his son after 30-something years when he was, kidnapped.
It's unbelievable, and the music is so powerful. I have not seen the movie. There's so many movies of yours that I need to make time to see, and the movie is unbelievable. I mean, it's very, very powerful. There are a couple of nobody. There are the one for 2017, I think, in 2019. They are no, I don't know, well known here in the United States. And when I went to movie database and I look in YouTube and other places, people don't know that much. But one is called a British movie called Lies We Tell.
Lies We Tell, yeah.
Yeah, and Lisa is there as well. And the other one is Valley of Shadows from 2017. Lisa is there as well. Yeah, and man, they're very good as well. You know.
Yeah, you know the Lies We Tell, the movie is doing by there's no young, but it was his first movie. There's the film director, Indian guy who's living in London.
Yeah.
He's very rich. He was the developer, you know, he built, the house. But his dream was, to make the film. And he made the film. And finally, there was like his first movie, but he has very good staff, people for editing and good actors. you know, and there's a good movie, but, you know, I asked him, you know, if he would like to continue his career. He told me, no, never, never more, you know. I spent, you know, 12 million of pounds, you know, and finally, you know, it's not, you know, I never see the money back, you know. But the second movie, Valley of Shadows, there's a very young film director. He was he was studying in Poland. It was his first movie, and he also came to me, you know, there was for last minute before I was no time. I remember I composed music for something else, and he came. He asked me to compose, and this music, believe me or not, this music for Valley of Shadow, I composed during 4 hours.
My God, hard for me to believe that.
The director was with me in my studio, and he asked me, you know, okay, let's you know, make the spotting session. And we started spotting session. I said, listen, I will play, okay, in this place what you want, and I played, and everything stayed. Then I make orchestration for orchestra for something, you know, and this part, this song Eliza is singing, this is from this session from Synagogue, from Bobova.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was from Bobova. I reminds me, I was making a reflection. I have something would be good for this play. And
Yeah.
this is from 45 minutes recording with Lisa.
My God, man. Yeah. Why, a stupid question. Why, you know, It's Not Too Late was done in 2016, right? It's about 6 years ago, and then has taken too long. I mean, besides the pandemic, you always wanted to release that It's Not Too Late, or there were many other factors?
No. Listen, there was first, after when we record Synagogue, I was listening to the music, what they play. And I have no idea what to do this, you know.
What to do with it, yeah.
It was good. Parts was very good. The parts, you know, Lisa goes to different harmony, and I have no idea. And I was very, you know, let's say, afraid, you know, to release this album originally, but I have no idea how I must change this. Then, you know, I was listening, and when I use her music for Valley of Shadows, and it was the first time when I follow her voice, I change also the keyboards, you know.
Yeah.
We record under her voice, you know, we keep it. Then I find that, you know, the solution how to finish this album, and that's it, you know. And you know, if you make the album like this, because you know, if you have orchestra, if you have the full orchestra with many soloists, it's easy because you compose music, you give him the notes, he play. In this album, It's Not Too Late, it's mostly electronic music, and I play, you know, the Hammond organ, the virus, keyboard, something, percussion, etc., etc. I like very much be alone in the studio. When I record my music, I'm alone. There's no sound engineer, but I have set up in my studio that I have everything on my finger. You know, I just, you know, touch, you know, record, and all the mics, everything is working. You know, that it took me time. You know, I was working, you know, like from 1 o'clock afternoon until 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, every day, and I was listening. There was not good. I changed this. I changed this. Yeah, it's, you know, what the question was, because I forgot.
No. The question was what, now I understand why it took too long from whatever, 2016 until 2022 now. So.
For this, you know, I must wait. Sometimes I know that, you know, it's no good, you know, if you make something very fast, because maybe you make many mistakes, you know, and that's it, you know.
Yeah, unbelievable. When there are particular genres in movies that you like? I mean, you prefer to do like a thriller, a horror, a fantasy, or it's completely
no, good movie.
Huh?
It's like with the music. It's good music or bad music. It's good movie or bad movie. You know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I have proposal in a movie and I don't feel this is for me. You know, it's a mistake. You know, and then I regret. You know, I say no, I don't want. You know, of course, I am working in the sadness. You know, I am. You know, I was born like no optimist but pessimist. That I like very much the movie for, you know, deep, you know, something psychological, let's say, psychological thriller. or sometimes movie who is talking about our life, you know, many movie like was the Beautiful Country, for example, like was the film with Thomas Vinterberg, it's all about love, or Aberdeen with Hans-Peter Mullen. You know, now I'm working also with Fernando Trueba. I composed music for his last two movies, Queen of Spain and I forgive, what's the last film title? I don't remember. The story about Chile. No,
Really?
about Colombia, about this prof of medicine who tried to be president and he was killed by the partisans.
Oh yeah, yeah,
70. That was very good film.
yeah.
Very good film, Fernando
Yeah.
Trueba.
Do you like to do music from documentaries or
I compose music for
yeah? Do you
documentary.
like continue doing that? Yeah, I know you have that.
Now the documentary, I think documentary business doesn't exist. Okay, it exists in the television. You know, it's very good the documentary channel, like you know the Canal Plus channel, like Discovery Channel. You know,
Yeah, the Discovery or National Geographic, right? Yeah.
brilliant geography, but you know, but mostly what I heard that is the music. You know, the people somebody you know improvise or play or also existing music because you know compose original music is expensive for film. You know, even you know in Poland it's less expensive orchestra or something. But if you would like really go to record, sometimes I record you know in Air Studio in London. I don't know how much costs the session. You know, the budget for the music must be like 400,000 euro, €500,000 if you really you know want to use it. You know you know, if we go to London, for example, it's not necessary because the Polish orchestra is very good and the studio is very good, especially that I have my equipment. When I go to recording to Warsaw, I take with me, you know, the car with all my mics, all my preamps, everything is going, you know, with me. And
Really? Why you bring the mic and everything with you? Why they wouldn't have in Warsaw?
I have, but not enough. And I have tube mics. I have you know 26 tube microphones. This is also the reason why the music is the quality of recording, in my opinion, is the high level. Because there's recording, there's the mic, there's the preamp. You know, I have the special analog digital converter Vice, who is you know who really give you you know the signal like analog, who is important for me. You know, everything you know is
All the elements are important to get a
all the,
good recording, right? So and is any particular you have done so much stuff and you have worked with a lot of great director. Is any particular director that you wish you could work with?
now.
Yeah, in general, looking back in, you know.
Looking back, you know, of course, we might dream to work with Tarkovsky or with Fellini.
Oh, got you. Yeah, yeah. Or the one that are alive, like Michael Mann or whatever. Is any particular movie director that you wish that you?
A fantastic chance, you know, to work with Kieslowski.
Oh.
I made, you know, 17 movies with Krzysztof.
Yeah.
And you know, I would like compose music for good movie, but if you ask me, is any film director what I would like work now? You know, I try to, you know, I try to convince Terence Malick to work together for film because I always buy, you know, my music for synchronization. But you know, this is not only what I want to do. It's also, you know, question the film director wants, you know, to work
To work with you as well. Yeah.
Yeah. My music is very characteristic and very, you know, has the very, you know, the very characteristic language, you know. It is not good for all the film directors. Krzysztof, he wanted this. He wanted this music who is narrative music, you know, who is very strong music, who give you additional emotion, who sometimes like the hero in the film. But not many film directors wanted like this, you know. And sometimes the people ask me, can you compose any innocent music? The innocent music for me is music for nothing, you know. Okay, I understand that not every time the music must be very loud, the music must be very big, but sometimes I compose music for 5 fingers in the piano. You know?
That's right. Yeah. Do you at the same time? I imagine that for many movie directors that want to hire you, you don't have time to do everything, so you end up rejecting some movie, some script because you didn't like the script, you didn't like the movie, or you don't have good chemistry with the director.
And what? Yeah, I have many times that I say no.
Yeah.
Say no. I made a contract I broke.
Yeah, and you don't know. Yeah,
No, because sometimes, especially, you know, that was the reason why I escaped from Hollywood. You know, I like very much to talk with film director. I would like to absolutely follow film director because he's director, not me.
that's right.
But
Yeah.
I would like to talk. I would like to fighting for arguments. You know, if I will convince him, it's good. If he convince me, it's good. But it's between us. If you know now, I remember when I compared music in Hollywood, there was like the film director told me, Zbigniew, fantastic music, but you know, wait, because the studio is what you put me to. Then the producer say, listen, fantastic music, you know, but tomorrow is the studio. You know, then I remember there was the last hour of my conversation with Coppola. He produced Secret Garden.
Yeah.
And I remember we was in Napa Valley with Agnieszka, Holland, and next day there was the preview in Los Angeles. And he told me, Zbigniew, the music is fantastic. Don't change anything. I was young and naive, and I told him, listen, it is good, why the studio asked me to change the music. And he told me, you know, and he told me a story. When he made The Godfather first part, music was composed by Nino Rota. And the movie was finished, everything was finished, it was the preview. And the studio says, you know, movie fantastic, but the music is no commercial. We must change composer because there's terrible music, you know. And he changed it, composer. After a few months later, was the Godfather with different music, and the studio says, no, the music is not commercial. Let's back to Nino Rota because music is not very important.
Really?
Yeah, by accident we have
yeah.
This is the you know, and this in this case, sometimes, you know, if I see that you know, I'm between film director, producer, studio, something, then I ask our film director, listen, do you know what you want or not? Because, you know, okay, it's easy maybe, you know, to say, I know that I know that I know nothing. Even it will be answered like this, this is okay. But sometimes, you know, the film director is, you know, like, okay, the producer. I like to work with the film director, with the partners who has the power, you know, the people, you know, who really know what he wants.
Yeah. Sometimes the producer might get in the way, and the film director may like your music, the producer wouldn't like your music, and there is always could be a conflict there, right? Because
well, yeah,
at the end, the people that are putting the money, they say this is good music or bad music or applicable to the movie or not. But
my answer is always the same. If you know what kind of music do you want to compose, compose yourself. It will be easy. It will be cheap for you. Compose music, you know, take the soundtrack, put music in yourself. Why you ask composer to arrive here and compose music if you know what you want? It's easy.
Yeah. Yeah, some people looking back at your career, you have done so much. Is one in particular that, of course, kind of stupid question, but because you might like all of them, but is any particular one that you are the most proud of because it took longer, because it was harder, because you were poor, because you didn't have enough budget, for whatever reason? Anyone in particular that you say, man, that's the best. I'm very proud of that piece of music. Yes.
It's one movie who always stay in my memory. This is my first movie with Kieslowski. The title is No End.
No End, yeah.
And, you know, and I tell you why. Because that was our first work, first job, you know, and I saw the film a few times in Warsaw, and it was the day that I have next, you know, meeting with Krzysztof. I came to Warsaw, And I really feel that the film doesn't need music. And I told Krzysztof, this film doesn't need music. The silence is the best music in this movie. And he asked me, yeah, listen, but we have the contract, I need music, I need something. And on the end, okay, cut a long story short, I was with my friend from my cabaret, and I showed him this movie, and he told me, this is easy. The music must be like an actually obrzęd, like moment I will find obrzęd. A concern.
Yeah.
A concern, something.
Yeah.
And I compose music. I said, okay, I have. And I compose music. We are in Łódź, the recording session. And the orchestra play. There was no multi-track. There was, one track, even mono. It was not stereo this time. And at the end, the conductor, said, okay, we are ready to record. I told the conductor, but sir, here is written pure voce, means with vocal. And Zbigniew, we forgot take the choir. I go, no. I would ask the orchestra who is singing. I said, what? How do you imagine what the orchestra is singing? It was, the orchestra was against me. The people say, no, the fucking young guy, what he wants from us, the whole. Then I thought inside, listen, people, I want to record this music with the people in the church. But there's only one problem. The people in the church doesn't read the notes. You need the notes. You are Catholic. You are going to the church. Please sing.
Yeah.
I asked my son engineer, take all the mics down and put on the two very high mics, the Neumanns.
Yeah.
And I was singing.
Yeah.
Step by step, we open the instruments and we ask, now play.
Violin, yeah.
Unbelievable. Listen, there was something unbelievable. Unbelievable with it. But I was not sure even, and I asked Krzysztof, sorry, this is only what I feel about this film. If you will give me second chance, maybe I will compose something better. And he told me, you know what? You are completely stupid. You will work until end of my life. And remember, the funeral march,
Yeah, march.
We have already. And really, when he passed away and was the funeral, on the grave, we play him.
Yeah, well, it was a very, very important and emotional story. In 2019, you did your 40, I think it's called the 40-year anniversary of your music career, and in Warsaw, and a lot of, and Eliza were there, and a lot of other famous singer. And do you plan to release that on a DVD, on a Blu-ray, or?
The problem is, everything back to politics, It would be normal country, my country, Poland. Of course, I will ask Minister of Culture or Minister of Cinema to support me for this concert. Because, okay, the producer of the concert and promoter, he made the concert, and we have the fantastic people. We are used first time in the world. The system, Eliza, the 30.1, is the new system, acoustic system, unbelievable. It was the first time used. It was the French people who made this system. And of course, we have my orchestra, Sinfonia Varsovia, was Teresa Salgueiro from Amadeus, was Lisa Gerrard, was many people.
Right.
And we have everything. I have a multi-track. But you have not enough money, to pay rights for the musicians. Then theoretically, I have everything, but practically, I have not, because if I must invest next, 30,000 euro, I will never invest, because how we talk, I never see the money back. Maybe if the Polish government will change, maybe in the future, if the Poland will be, the normal country, a democratic country, maybe I will ask somebody to help me, and I would release. But at this moment, I don't think, because I not collaborate with this government, the Polish government, with the Polish party. I know this
Yeah, because I have seen pieces in YouTube and it's unbelievable. And I think it's somebody, you know, with so many rich people in the world that they don't have nothing to do, if they could donate the money and put it out there, because it's people need to see in the stuff.
You know, rich people in the world would like to buy his private jet.
Yeah, the oligarch in Russian oligarch, right?
No support, you know, to artists. You know,
30,000 is nothing to some of those people.
Of course, it's nothing. It's like, you know, the good dinner. You know.
Correct. Yeah, that's, man. We need to reach out more people. Are you working a new? If you could tell me any new project with Lisa Gerrard this moment? Any ideas?
Now with Lisa, but
No, with other. What are you working nowadays?
I tell you something.
Yeah.
There was the end of April, beginning of May. I was in Grand Canyon in Colorado. I spent 8 days in Grand Canyon. You know, we have the rafting. You know, there was the 450 kilometers during 8 days. You know, tent, no electricity, no phone, and this you know the Grand Canyon really for me is something I discovered a new world, completely something new. It's metaphysical, you know, the relation interaction, you know, and what I want to. I almost just finished the album we call Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It yeah, I would love to see stuff, and man, you have done so much, so beautiful work and so much good work, and you know, in some countries, you know, like in Poland, I suppose that you don't get that much help from the government, and in terms of promoting art or promoting film, promoting soundtrack, and as yourself as an artist, you pretty much need to fight against everything and then put your own money to do your own thing, as opposed to receiving money for, you know, a ministry of art or whatever that could be called, that to help you with this stuff. It's too bad, you know. The governments and spend so much money in the stupid stuff and don't promote the art or don't.
Right, you're right, and you can support many times, you know, something stupid project, but this is my choice, you know. I'll never be collaborator, you know, with the people who broke the rights, you know, who broke, you know, the justice, you know, who broke everything, you know, the people who are ugly, you know, the people who are against everybody, the people who are, you know, the ultra Catholic has the complex, you know. I never collaborate with Polish public television, Polish radio, because you know this is who I am. You know, this is where I am. This is who I am. This is what I'm thinking, and this is what I would like to, what I want, and what I does.
Are you religious at all or nothing? No. Yeah. Well, the Pope, you know, the former Pope can.
Yeah, but you know, but now we discover what's happened. Yeah. How many problems with the pedophiles, you know, in the church, etc., etc.
Yeah, I grew up in a, like I told you, Stevie, in a Catholic church. I went to Catholic school in South America, and over the years, I have followed different paths because there's so much corruption and pedophiles and this Pope or that Pope, but they don't do anything about it, and it's all a show.
All the show, you know, this is like opium.
Yeah, opium, correct. Yeah.
I'll tell you something. Maybe I believe, you know, but I don't need, you know, somebody between me and God. You know, I don't need church. You know, it's for nothing. You know, my religious is my religious. Whether I believe or not, this is my problem. You know, I don't need, you know, to go to the church because the church give me, I don't know, give me the approve that I'm religious man. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not this.
No, you don't have to go to church to be a good citizen in the world, to be a good person in the world, to do the right thing in the world. Whatever that, if that maybe that means that, you know, if at least for me, the Catholic Church tell me, hey, you need to be a good citizen, help people out, don't do stupid stuff, don't take advantage of people. I do that without going to church, and you know, as if I have a personal relationship with with God, if God exists. I don't know, but
Yeah, and we must know what is good and what is bad. You know, that's it.
correct.
You know.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, the good things, you know, not the bad. You know, that's it. You know, and Dekalog is, you know, is even if it's not every religious, but we are followed. Or don't kill, you know, don't something, you know, this.
correct. Yeah, yeah. Some people, yeah, they don't have to have a formal religion or go to a synagogue or to church or believe this and then be a good and decent human being, you know?
Yeah, Muslims religious has different God, you know, and the Catholic different, Jew is different. Then what? Which God is good? Which God is really
That's
good?
right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I never been in your country with my wife or my son, and I would like to visit
Come to
Poland one
Prague.
day. I would like to visit your studio one day because I have seen some picture and will be great then.
Okay, I will send you.
Yeah, and then I will I'm flying in next month, November around the 20. Lisa Gerrard with Jules Maxwell. They're doing 7 shows in Portugal for the
Yeah,
album called Burn.
I will be there.
I'm going to be there too.
Yeah, because I spoke with Eliza. I would like to see her. I would like to talk to her because maybe we prepare, you know, the tour for next year with this album. With combination, this album is not too late with Great Canyon.
With Greek, yeah. And she also did another recent album with Marcelo De Francisci called Exaudia.
Yeah.
It's another beautiful piece too. We need to make a copy of Lisa. She can be in many places at the same time.
This is the problem with Lisa. If she is, you know,
Everybody needs time from Lisa, you know.
she is Hans Zimmer tour, that condensed tour, this guy tour, you know,
That's
all
right.
tour. It's no time, not too much time, you know, to make it.
Time for CV, time for Marcelo, time for Jules, time for the condense. It's impossible.
It's not only problem, you know, because if you would like to prepare, you know, and a tour, then you must be very sure, okay, that she is with us, you know, if she has time like months to months, because if not, how to make tour for our country? That's impossible.
Yeah. Well, it was very nice talking to you, CV. I'm looking forward to meeting you. And I want to take you out to dinner in Portugal. I'm flying with my son.
What time when you will be in Portuguese?
I'm seeing. I will send you an email because she's doing 7 shows, and I'm going to 2 of them. And the night before,
we are in Porto.
Yeah, in Porto, and I'm seeing no Brian Eno, but his brother as well the night before. I don't know if he's very good. I will send you an email with the detail, but definitely I wanna take you out to dinner.
Okay, I will give you my phone and I will give you your address. I will send you a few albums.
That would be great. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Looking forward to meeting you and see you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.